If you thought Panama was all about canals and skyscrapers, think again. Today, we're heading deep into the jungle to meet the Embera people, one of Panama's indigenous communities. Just a couple of hours from the capital, we'll find a completely different way of life, one that has remained closely connected to the river and the rainforest for generations. And the adventure starts with a canoe ride through the jungle. If you want to visit an Embera village, the good news is that you don't need to disappear into the Amazon for a week. Most tours leave from Panama City and take around half a day to a full day, depending on the village and activities included. Expect to pay anywhere between $50 and $100 per person, usually including transport, the canoe ride, lunch, and a local guide. The journey starts with about a 1-hour drive from Panama City, followed by a ride in a traditional dugout canoe. And honestly, the canoe trip is half the experience. As you travel deeper into the rainforest, the skyscrapers of Panama City feel very far away. The Embera are one of Panama's indigenous peoples, with communities living mainly along rivers in the country's rainforest regions. Traditionally, rivers have been their highways, supermarkets, and meeting points all at the same time. Even today, many villages remain accessible only by boat. As you arrive at the village, you'll usually be welcomed with traditional music and songs performed by the community. Throughout the visit, you'll learn about their customs, homes, crafts, and way of life. There are often traditional dances as well, and unlike many performances around the world, here the audience is usually invited to join in. Whether that's a cultural experience or a public test of your dancing skills is up to you. You'll also discover how the Embera use plants from the rainforest, learn about their history, see demonstrations of traditional craftsmanship, and have the chance to purchase handmade baskets, carvings, and jewelry directly from local artisans. One of the most recognizable traditions is the jaguar body painting. The natural dye comes from a tropical fruit and can last for a couple of weeks. It's completely temporary, although some designs look so good that you might start questioning your tattoo choices. Most tours include a traditional lunch, often freshly caught fish served with fried plantains. Simple, delicious, and probably a lot fresher than whatever was sitting in our hotel minibar. The best part is that you don't need to dedicate several days to the experience. You can comfortably visit an Embera village and return to Panama City the same afternoon. It's one of the easiest ways to experience a completely different side of Panama, one where life still moves to the rhythm of the river and the rainforest. After spending an entire day in the rainforest with the Embera people, we're back in Panama City. And once again, Panama does what Panama does best, completely changes the scenery. One moment we're traveling by canoe through the jungle, and the next we're standing on a peninsula that technically wasn't supposed to exist. Welcome to the Amador Causeway. The 4 small islands in front of Panama City were originally separated by water. During the construction of the Panama Canal, millions of tons of rock excavated from the canal were dumped here, connecting the islands to the mainland. So if you've ever wondered what happened to all that dirt and rock, part of it became one of the most beautiful waterfront areas in the country. The causeway is the perfect place to rent a bike, walk, jog, or simply enjoy the views. The route stretches for several kilometers and offers panoramic views of the Pacific Ocean, the Panama City skyline, and ships waiting their turn to enter the canal. One of the biggest attractions here is the colorful Biomuseo, designed by the famous architect Frank Gehry. Entrance is around $18, and inside you'll learn how Panama literally changed the natural history of the planet when it connected North and South America millions of years ago. Nearby, you'll also find the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute, one of the world's leading centers for tropical science. Scientists come here to study everything from rainforest ecosystems to animal behavior, helping us understand the incredible biodiversity that makes Panama so unique. And speaking of wildlife, keep your eyes open. Sloths are surprisingly common around the causeway and nearby green areas. They move so slowly that spotting one can feel like finding a hidden Easter egg in the trees. If you're visiting between July and October, there's another reason to look toward the ocean. Humpback whales migrate through Panamanian waters every year, and this coastline is one of the places where lucky visitors can sometimes spot them. Imagine casually riding a bike and suddenly seeing a whale. That's a pretty strong argument against spending the whole day indoors. At the end of the causeway stands another icon, the Bridge of the Americas. Opened in 1962, it was the first bridge to permanently connect the northern and southern parts of the continent across the Panama Canal. The best part? Apart from museum visits or bike rentals, enjoying the causeway is completely free. And honestly, with views like these, Panama is making it very difficult for us to leave. After jungles, indigenous villages, museums, and enough history to fill a few school textbooks, we'll finish our Panama adventure with a relaxing walk along the waterfront and through the city's impressive financial district. This is the side of Panama that surprises many visitors the most. Glass skyscrapers rise above the tropical coastline, luxury towers compete for space in the skyline, and the city feels more like a global business hub than what most people imagine when they think of Central America. The coastal promenade is perfect for an evening stroll, especially around sunset, when the skyline starts reflecting in the bay and the tropical heat finally gives everyone a break. Before we wrap up, here's one practical tip. Panama City has several airports, and not all flights use the same one. Most international flights arrive at Tocumen Airport, but some domestic and regional flights depart from other airports such as Albrook. So before heading to the airport, double-check which one your flight is actually leaving from. Missing your flight because you went to the wrong airport is a travel story you'll tell for years, but probably not one you want to experience yourself. And with that, our Panama journey comes to an end. We've explored giant ships, ancient traditions, tropical rainforests, colorful streets, and a skyline that seems determined to touch every cloud in sight. Not bad for a country that most people know only for a canal. As it turns out, Panama isn't just a shortcut between two oceans. It's a destination worth slowing down for. If this video helped you plan a trip, taught you something new, or at least saved you from showing up at the wrong airport, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. It really helps the channel and allows us to create more adventures like this, while giving YouTube one less reason to recommend another crypto expert broadcasting from a garage. Thanks for traveling with us, and we'll see you in the next adventure.